Woof woof, Delmar Dog Life at the beach, Delmar Dog Beach. I've got Coco still with me today, and Annie for the dog pack. So, Tmelia.com. Great tea, great life. Green tea, black teas, jasmine teas, powdered milky teas, chamomile, non-caffeinated herbal teas, shipped to your door in the U.S. Tmelia.com. Out on a walk with Coco and Annie at Dog Beach. It's about 9 o'clock or so. Everyone's at work. This is not really a surfing beach. It's not like a big packed crowds. If on a day like today, super cloudy, normally it'd be pretty busy. If it was sunny, it would be really busy today. But the gloom is out, so I like the gloom. I have fair skin and it gets burned. I have a history of skin cancer in my family. I don't want skin cancer. I like the gloom. So go to the beaches in the mornings. You get the overcast, get the fog. It's really comfortable, really great place to be for Dog Beach. So on a Reddit post, it was it Rover? It was Petsitting. Another misleading owner, another incorrect statements from the owner during the meet and greet, things that left out of the meet and greet. So the op was met the owner, and this is a she said 100+ pound dog. So breed, blah blah blah. There's a few of them, 100+ pound dog. And then at the end of the meet and greet, the dog seemed really gentle and nice during the meet and greet. And she doesn't have a dog, so she's of her own. So she's not. She didn't bring her dog to meet and greet. So she's just meeting the dog away from any other pets for the first time, and the dog was super sweet to her, and all the cuddles, all the kisses, and she felt comfortable with the dog. At the end of the meet and greet, the owner said that he tells her at last, after she agrees and probably pushes the button, the owner says, "Oh, I only walk my dog at night." It was a he or her. Only walk my 100+ pound dog at night because when he sees other dogs, he goes nuts. He barks and jumps at them. And so that right there would have been, okay. Well, let me hear this over again. You only walk your dog at night in a whole 24 hours. Doesn't go out. So anyway, she doesn't catch that clue right there. We're almost at the end of the beach. We'll be turning around. This is the marks the end. This is Delmar city limit right here, and this side is Salona Beach. So we're now in Salona Beach. So she takes the dog and she takes it to her apartment, and the dog is fine at home. 100+ pound dog, all cuddles and kisses and fluffs. And then so she's like, okay, it's nighttime. She probably has a dog for the first day, and then leave it, whatever that is, leave it. So she probably has the dog for the first day, and the dog needs to go out. I'll wait till the sun goes down. There's less dogs. I just kind of take his owner's advice. And so she goes out after not in the evening. I guess this dog has been holding it the whole time because she doesn't mention that at least he was house trained. Oh my gosh, for a 100+ pound dog, at least he was house trained. Because you could fill a bucket, this could be a real mess. You're gonna need a mop. So she takes the dog out at night, and it's a couple walks, a few blocks, and everything's fine. Is really comfy and obedient, and kisses and cuddles, and then she sees another dog across the street. You know, because people do walk. There is the dogs out. And so the dog like starts leaping and jumping, like growling, not like, hey, you, I want to play with you, but like growling and like, I'm gonna kill you growls, and like and leaps at her across the, she like pulls this lady across the street, and she's saying like he's dragging her by one hand. I don't know if I'm elaborating or anything, but the dog is dragging her. She does mention that the dog's dragging her across the street, and she has to use all of her effort to like calm this dog down, because he is trying to murder this dog for the crime of being on the same street as him. So, and she's like, oh, and she gets the dog back, and then she texts the owner. She goes and she messages the owner, and he's like, oh, well, it's not that I don't only take him out at night, after night. I just never walk the dog because he acts like that. And she's like, what? You know, like, you completely lied about this, you know. And that is something that happens with owners of larger dogs, of some dog, you know, dogs that are harder to, you know, unsocialized dogs that are harder to be in a kennel. They have to do things like that. They have to change. They'll change the breed. They'll lower the weight. They'll just out and out lie about how they react, and that's a big problem for this lady, because now, you know, and you know, my normal thing would be like, put that dog in a crate, you know. But if it's at home at night, there's no problem. This is like this is walking the dog around places, and it's decides it wants to kill another dog on sight no matter what, because it's like the largest thing around, and it doesn't understand how to play with other people well. So that's a completely different problem. I mean, and at this point now, so she's like, the dog cannot not walk because now he's in her home, you know. And so it's a big conundrum for her, like, what is to happen for here? And I gotta say, at some point, like, if that dog's dragging me across the street, I'm gonna go find a kennel for that dog someplace. I'm gonna find because that is what they needed to begin with. I'm going to message the owner, and I'm gonna message Rover, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna find someplace for this dog, and then I'm gonna just, you know, the owner's gonna be responsible for it. I would take it to a kennel that would accept it, because you can't have a 100-pound dog that you cannot walk. Okay, it's got to drink, it's got to eat, and there's no litter box. You can't just make a litter box that weekend. So, like Coco here, Coco does like to lead. He when he sees another dog, he loves to just jump, and he wants to play with them. He is just like the big derpy guy with a smile on his face, like, I want to play with you, and he doesn't want to attack anyone, you know. At least anything on four legs. He loves everything on four legs. If you're another male, he's, you know, and coming to the home, he's gonna be a little worried about that, because he wants to protect his family, and he has not yet learned how. Annie, come on, Annie. She's still got the zips. Yeah, she's still got the zips. Look at her try to run. Come on, guys. Come on. So Coco, you know, his weight is above middle now, my weight limit. His weight is above my weight limit of 40 pounds from inside my home. You know, I'll walk him, I'll daycare him. Okay. He jumps too much. I'm sorry. Yeah, he jumped. You can pet her. The little white dog wants the pets. But a Coco jumps too much for you, sweetheart. No. Ah! And hey, see, that's the difference. Oh, he's not a... he's not an aggressive dog, so I will keep doing it. He needs to not lunge at other dogs, because that's like a bad thing, you know, like that's what triggers them, is the lunge. So he's still a puppy, essentially. He's growing into his full size. Part beagle, part chow chow, part bull mastiff. So who knows how big Coco will get. But he's still good around other dogs. And if he wasn't, that first time when he stayed, he would have been in a kennel. Like, that's actually something I've mentioned to people before. You know, like, if your dog bites me or bites my kid. Okay, we're going in circles now. Come on, buddy. We're going in circles. You're just wrapping around me in circles. So your dog can't bite my kid. It's okay if you bite me. If you bite my kid, if you hurt my kid, if you knock him over, you're probably going. Your dog's. You come back from vacation, your dog might be in a kennel because you were not honest with me about how your dog behaves. So once again, this lady, for me, I would say, you know, you contact Rover, find someone to cover you on Rover. If not, put that dog in a kennel that's 100 pounds. You can't walk it across the street without it murdering someone. I mean, you just saw this. This is a 45-pound dog, and he's tugging on me, you know, and his leash got loose for a second because I was adjusting it, and I thought it was okay. But I know his temperament, you know, like I know enough. Like he's not going to hurt people. He has kids of his own, but I'm not going to let that little toddler girl come over because he's just going to start hopping around, and it's not safe. Whereas Annie, she just loves the pets and cuddles from little kids. So that's the big difference right there. So yeah, you know, make sure the customers are honest with you when you meet with them about what their needs really are. And some people might, you know, there might be a sitter who is more specialized in that. You know, for this particular op, I would just lower your weight acceptance. Because if you can't hold a 100-pound dog, then you need to just uncheck that box. For me, if it was Coco and he was bigger, this would be the length of the leash at all times. I hold my own belt, and he doesn't go. Okay, I'm holding my own belt, and he doesn't go. So when we get back over on the sidewalk, as we're walking, I put the leader back on him, and then this is the distance that I want him to be. Doesn't always work out. It's a work in progress. I'm not a trainer. I'm just a person that cares for dogs for the past 6 years. Okay, Tmelia.com. Tmelia tea. Tmelia tea. Great tea, great life. Green tea, black tea, jasmine tea, Jinmai cha, chamomile, milky powdered teas, herbal teas, uncaffeinated teas, special blends, shipped to your home in the U.S. Tmelia.com.